Ice Cube, Amazon, come step to the front for me. Because why? I watched the new War of the Worlds movie, and I'm convinced the aliens came for our data, but stayed for the family drama. Hey y'all, I'm Alicia, and this is Real Reckless Reviews, where we dive into movies and TV shows that leave us emotionally wrecked, confused, or just straight up screaming at the screen. If you love chaotic commentary, bold visuals, and honest breakdowns, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I've got more reviews coming that'll make you laugh, cry, and maybe even question your streaming choices. Let's get into it. Alright, so World of Worlds 2025 stars Ice Cube as Will Radford, a surveillance and threat assessment expert at the Department of Homeland Security, and Ava Longoria as his NASA bestie, and his two children, Faith, played by Iman Benson, a pregnant biomedical researcher, and Dave, played by Henry Hunter Hall, a gamer turned hacker who accidentally becomes the plot twist. So basically, the aliens invade Earth, the government panics, and Ice Cube is somehow the guy with all the surveillance tech and family drama. The aliens, they're not just blowing stuff up, they're harvesting internet data, like actual cloud storage and server farms. There's a flash drive, a bunker, and a drone moment that feels suspiciously like Amazon sponsored the apocalypse. This film is chaotic, weirdly emotional, and full of dramatic Zoom calls. If you like sci-fi that mixes digital chaos with emotional fallout, this one's streaming on Prime. The film opens with Will Radford, a Department of Homeland Security workaholic who treats his surveillance like religion. He's got his eyes on terrorists, hackers, and unfortunately, his own kids. Faith is his pregnant biologist daughter, and Dave is his underperforming gamer son. The children are fed up with being micromanaged through government grade spyware. One day, Will's friend from NASA, scientist Sandra Salas, played by Eva Longoria, flags bizarre weather patterns, but Will's too busy spying on his daughter's messages with her child's father, Mark, who's an Amazon delivery driver. They are planning a baby shower that Will is very much not invited to. Will is also chasing an anonymous hacker called Disruptor. Disruptor threatens to expose a surveillance program called Goliath. Goliath is a powerful top-secret surveillance system designed to track and predict people's lives. Will's boss, Director Briggs, wants Disruptor shut down. Just as the FBI team starts closing in on Disruptor, meteor-like projectiles crash around the Earth. From the crashes, large armored machines rise. No warnings, no messages, just instant violence. After using every tool in his digital arsenal, Will is able to help Faith and Dave find safe haven from the attacks. Will gets pulled into a high-stakes Zoom call with DHS Director Briggs, the Defense Secretary, and the President. The verdict? Full-blown military response. Tanks, jets, and global panic. At first it looks like humanity might hold its ground, but Will spots a pattern. The machines aren't just attacking, they're swarming data centers. The bigger bots start releasing insectoid drones that crawl inside server farms and suck up data like it's oxygen. Every bite they steal makes them stronger. Every upgrade pushes humanity closer to collapse. While Will juggles alien chaos and surveillance ops, Sandra and Briggs dig into the extraterrestrial mess. But the real truth drops from the most unexpected source: Disruptor. As aliens wipe out data servers and erase the internet, Disruptor live streams a warning. This invasion is Goliath's fault. So Will runs a voice modulator, and boom, Disruptor turns out to be his own son, Dave. Dave doesn't just confront his dad, he detonates everything Will thought he knew. Surveillance, loyalty, and the whole system exposed. Dave sends him a link packed with classified files about a surveillance monster called Goliath. Everything is a shock to Will. Turns out, the alien ships had already visited Earth. The US government knew about the aliens for years. Small invasions were quietly contained. But when Goliath started harvesting every citizen's personal data, it became a magnet. The government knew the aliens fed on data. The government was warned. Fire up Goliath, and you'll light a beacon straight into deep space. But Briggs decided to go forth with Goliath anyway, for safety. Will furiously confronts his boss. Briggs doubles down and says it was all for the greater good. Then Briggs locks Will out of the DHS system like he's just another threat. With Dave and his rogue hacker crew backing him up, Will punches his way back into the system. They drop a custom virus into the alien tech, and for a moment, it works. The machines start to glitch, but then, just like that, the aliens adapt. They shake it off and come back swinging. Worse, they trace the attack and wipe out nearly every hacker from the crew that was involved in the attack. However, Dave survives. Also, this attack alerted the aliens as to where they could actually find the Goliath servers. The military, desperate to contain the breach, greenlights a full-scale bombing of DHS headquarters, where Goliath servers are housed underground. With DHS headquarters now under alien siege, Will is still trapped inside. So Will, Dave, Faith, and Sandra team up to fight back. Sandra figures out that the aliens are hybrids, part machine, part organic, so they need a virus that hits both. Faith's been working on a cannibal code that reprograms DNA to attack cancerous cells. With Dave's help, they weaponize the code against the invaders. One problem though, Will needs a flash drive to upload the virus on. Enter Mark, Faith's fiance, the Amazon delivery guy. Mark launches a prime air drone with the virus-loaded flash drive straight into the war zone. After a few close calls, he's able to get the flash drive to Will right before it's too late. It's pretty ridiculous, but it works. Will is able to storm the bunker, plug in the drive, and shut down Goliath from the inside. With Goliath offline, the aliens lose their lifeline. With no more data to feed on, their machines begin to malfunction across the globe. Some short circuit mid-attack, others stagger off like dying beasts, and a few simply vanish into the sky. The military aborts the bombing and humanity gets a second chance. In the wake of the chaos, Will and Dave are hailed as heroes. The truth about Briggs finally comes to light. With his crimes being exposed, his legacy is now torched and he is arrested. Faith gets her flowers too. She is credited for the DNA research that helped take down the alien species. The Defense Secretary offers Will a shiny new gig. He will be able to lead a surveillance program that respects privacy. Will doesn't even blink. He turns it down and drops one final line. "Now, I'm watching you." He then walks away from the system, the wreckage, and the control, and heads down to Faith's baby shower. No cameras, no spyware, just family. War of the Worlds 2025 tried to serve us aliens, surveillance, and family drama, but ended up delivering a prime drone with a flash drive and a whole lot of side eye. It's messy, memeable, and somehow still emotionally charged. And if you watched it and thought, wait, was that an Amazon ad? You're not alone. The amount of product placement, unhinged. I was waiting for a Prime drone to deliver the credits. The acting, meh, not terrible, but not memorable either. And Faith, bless her, she was exhausting. Every scene felt like she was auditioning for Most Annoyed Daughter of the Year. She fought her dad on literally everything, even when the aliens were bulldozing the planet. Like, girl, pick your battles. Now, Ice Cube's catching heat for this role, but honestly, he wasn't that bad. He did what he could do with the script he was given. And low key, this movie was kind of a comedy. I legit laughed at some of the faces he made, like full meme material. Ice Cube as Will Radford is like watching your uncle try to run a cybersecurity firm from his garage while yelling at the Wi-Fi. He spends most of the movie glued to screens, reacting to chaos with the same three expressions: concerned but confused, angry but buffering, and shocked but still somehow chill. And yet, beneath the stiff delivery and screen staring, there's something kind of tragic about Will. Ice Cube plays him like a man who's lost his wife, buried himself in surveillance, and forgot how to actually connect with his kids. So when the aliens come for Earth's data buffet, it's not just a tech crisis, it's a wake-up call. Is the acting good? Is it memeable? Absolutely. Does it somehow work in this chaotic screen lifestyle film? I guess. Now listen, we need to talk about Eva Longoria, because somehow, she skated right past the criticism when people started dragging this movie. Like, everyone's coming for Ice Cube, face attitude, the Amazon drone, the flash drive, the script, the aliens, the baby shower. But Eva, crickets. She played Sandra from NASA, dropped a few science facts, ignored half the chaos, and dipped. No one's blaming her, no one's even mentioning her. It's like she ghosted the bad reviews the same way she ghosted half her Zoom calls in the movie. Let's talk about Will and Dave, because wow, that relationship was given "you'll never amount to anything" energy. Will treated Dave like a walking disappointment. No job, no ambition, just gaming and wasting time online. Meanwhile, Faith's out here curing cancer and planning a baby shower with an Amazon delivery guy. So yeah, Dave was basically like the family glitch. But plot twist, Dave was the glitch, the disruptor, the hacker who exposed the government's dirty little secret and dropped the receipts that literally saved humanity. While Will was busy micromanaging his kids through Homeland Security spyware, Dave was out here building a digital resistance. And when the aliens came for our data, it wasn't Will's surveillance skills that stopped them. It was Dave's rogue code, his hacker crew, and his refusal to play by the rules. The same kid Will thought was useless ended up being the reason Earth didn't get turned into a giant graveyard. Dave didn't have a normal job, but he had purpose. He had vision, and he had the guts to stand up to his own dad and the government. That's not just redemption, that's revolution. So yeah, it's not the worst film of the year to me, but it dang sure isn't the best. It's the kind of movie you watch once, yell at your screen, and then immediately Google, was that sponsored by Amazon? If you're into reviews that call out the chaos, celebrate the cringe, and dig deep into the emotional wreckage of modern day storytelling, this is your spot. Real Reckless Reviews is where we turn screen disasters into cinematic therapy. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I've got more breakdowns coming soon. Drop a comment if you've ever been personally victimized by a sci-fi Zoom call. Or if you feel like Eva Longoria owes us an explanation. Until next time, stay reckless, stay real, and don't let these aliens catch you slipping. Bye, y'all.